Hello, it's me, Fidiscus Juske. Thanks for coming. I've got 200 subscribers now. That's really cool. A lot of you were probably sent here by Mangs. I'm not as bald as he is, but I'll do my best. Today, we have a game between Rathael and JaxxRaptor. So, JaxxRaptor used to be like 1100 rating, or like maybe even 1200 rating. JaxxRaptor topped out really high. He's fallen quite a bit, and part of that is because in 98 of the 110 games that JaxxRaptor has played, they've played Sonja. That character's no good. I don't know if you knew. So here's a tier 3 game on SeaShoal Ocarina against Rathael, who's playing Kindle, who is pretty good. So, we'll take a look. I wanted to do a replay on SeaShoal Ocarina. I think I've done one. It might have been mine. I played a game I didn't do well in. Wanted to take a second look at this map. So, there's 3 bases. This base doesn't look equidistant from these two, but in fact it is, because of this nice little black boat giving a boost to an infantry that's produced on these inside bases. The other part of the map that's really strange is these alleys on the side. It's very hard to move vehicles into these alleys for the player whose side they're on. So like, this is hard for Rathael to move into, for Gray Sky to move in, and this is hard for Pink Cosmos to move into with vehicles. You gotta find something. Like, in the game that I played, I just ended up losing the aggressive alley to a bunch of mech spam, which is kind of embarrassing. But, hey, you live and you learn. So, we'll take a look. So yeah, like I said, this black boat transport boost, unload boost, lets this infantry get into capture range of this in a single turn. This is I think this is normal, is that player 1 doesn't use that boost because it's better to capture this with your turn 1 infantry that's produced from the inside base and have your outside base infantry head towards the factory. I wonder what this is for. Boosting onto the mountain. You don't need to do that though. You can just move here. What's it for? So, it feels like there's a lot of infantry on... Doesn't it feel like Rathael is concerned with contesting the middle at all? Kind of interesting. This is also super far up. There's nothing that's even pretending to protect this. Maybe this guy's pretending. Yeah, you can hit something here. That's not where the infantry would come from. I guess JaxxRaptor can do this because Rathael's not contesting. JaxxRaptor's also not going for the alley, but... Recon. Yeah, Sonja. Recon builder. In standard. This is obviously going to head down this road here and fight stuff in the alley. It's probably decent for securing. The recon build could have been a tank. Yeah, JaxxRaptor had money for a tank, but JaxxRaptor will get a tank next turn without interruption. So this is a interesting recon. If you don't care about having the very first tank, then... Because it's not like JaxxRaptor could have built 2 tanks this turn. Okay, so Rathael is going to have to send Rathael feels that they have to send this tank back into the alley, which, like I said, is not an easy move. You can see that this feels really bad to move back and then forward, but there's no other option. But this is a forced play because of this recon. That there has to be something to protect these infantry here. Rathael building a transport copter. You can't get to the comm tower on this map without one. I suppose you could use a black boat. Don't do that. Never mind. There are comm towers that you can get to without. There's a comm tower for each player that you need a transport copter or a black boat or a lander to access. Interesting. So JaxxRaptor has moved this tank up with the recon, so it's protected. This is like a super aggressive spot for this tank. I like this. And Rathael's got their own recon on the alley, which JaxxRaptor's opted to not respond to. I guess this mech is going to respond to it. It's like I said, that I got mech spammed out of this match, so maybe Rathael will too. So it was pointed out to me that you can see how much damage this did by the amount of funds generated. So this took 8 damage. This is 2 health infantry. Yep. Haha. I'm a genius. And when I say I'm a genius, I mean I can do basic addition. Okay, yeah, so JaxxRaptor can't actually attack this tank because of the city that it's on. But this is a really smart play because Rathael will have to give up the city if they want to attack the recon. Yeah, now I'm too lazy to calculate this. 1300 to... Oh no, because this is based on the amount... I'm not going to do that math. I could do that math, but... As a spectator, it's not exactly necessary. That's a lot of damage. Okay, so this recon is not... It's not really under a huge... Like, it's doing stuff, but these mechs are really gonna scare it away, I think. I'm really... This board is split so cleanly, and I don't know if that's just because both of these players are really good, or if this is like the intended outcome of this map. both players have just started spamming mechs, more or less, from their inside bases to send them into the alley. Outside base, well, the center base is producing tanks for Rathael. I feel a little bit less ashamed for losing to mech spam. Okay, so this is like a really interesting game to see, because I was watching this, going into this, I was intending to observe how SeaShoal Ocarina played out, and I'm gaining some information about that. Like, you know, these mechs are pretty normal. I would say that this is a far higher number of mechs than I normally see, and it's also a good case study on how to fight Kindle. I think that JaxxRaptor is playing kind of weird, but playing around cities in a way that JaxxRaptor wouldn't have to do if Rathael was not playing Kindle. So it seems pretty good. Speaking of seems pretty good, this is both command towers that Rathael wants to go for. It's crazy that Sonja's Super CO power is only 5 bar. That's wild. Okay, so this is just a defensive formation to protect the anti-air and protect the command tower. There's not a lot of places that this battlecopter can fly to that this anti-air can't get to, but I'm sure that this wall will flatten out and prevent it. We'll see how effective that is. Okay. Man, I've talked about this a little bit in a few of my games. It's like what units to fight mechs with, because it feels really bad swinging into the tanks. Anti-airs are really good at it. Anti-airs are really, really good at it. Recons aren't bad either. I mean, this was a really, really powerful attack into a city against Kindle, and the response of the 2 HP mech is still only 1 damage to the anti-air. That's a big deal. Okay, so JaxxRaptor is about to have Super CO power, and Rathael just resigns. I don't know how unwinnable this was. These are bugged numbers because of the replay, I think. This is a saved replay. This isn't on the server anymore. I don't know. I don't know that this seems like a better game to think about how to fight Kindle than a game on how to play SeaShoal Ocarina. Although the amount of mechs produced is certainly really surprising to me. I don't think that has anything to do with it. I wonder why Rathael felt that it was necessary to give up. Just activating the power. No, it really doesn't get Rathael that much. Just 2 damage to a mech, 2 infantry, and... No, just 1 damage to a mech, 2 infantry, and the battlecopter. Damages this infantry and this tank by 1. And this tank by 3. Interesting. So this tank is protected by this tank here. And the, well, yeah, this is kind of it's a rough situation. It doesn't feel good. I don't think that I hope that I would not have given up here. Maybe I think it's the Super CO power that Rathael is resigning over. That is what's too much to deal with. Can I see the unit value for JaxxRaptor on their turn? No. 8,500. Yep. You got about like a tank and an infantry and a half. That's all JaxxRaptor's got here. Yeah, I don't know. A little puzzling. Anyways, the Big Space Open is still going on. I'm going to upload a replay analysis, probably between Silver Solvera and JJ Empire 64. Silver Solvera is the MVP of round 1, played as the underdog as Flak against JJ Empire 64, and prevailed. So, spoiler alert, by the way. Thanks everybody for subscribing to the channel. You're going to see a kind of marked difference in the type of content that's coming out. I'm still going to do Advanced War stuff, but Melty Blood comes out next week, and anybody that doesn't know or hasn't looked at the channel's history, I'm like a big fighting game fan. Melty Blood was one of the biggest games when I was coming into the scene. All of my friends played Melty Blood. I wasn't like a huge Melty Blood guy, but I'm super looking forward to the new Melty Blood. It's going to be really cool. Hopefully we'll be doing match analysis on that. I've contacted a couple of my friends to maybe bring on, and maybe, I don't know if I'll do, I know that I want to do some amount of analysis on this channel, but maybe I'll make a separate channel to do stuff with my friends, or I'll appear on their channels or something like that. So that's coming out, and I might do Nickelodeon All-star Brawl. That game looks like a lot of fun too. I don't know anything about platform fighters. I don't know anything about Smash clones, but the game looks really cool. I played, what did the Slap City. The Slap City was a lot of fun, and Haramaself likes that game a lot, so I respect Haramaself and Haramaself's tastes, so certainly that's a good game, right? Anyways, thanks so much for watching. Catch you next time. Good luck.